Dennis Horton. He's the director of the Rockford Regional Office of the Better Business Bureau. Dennis, good morning.
Good morning, Riley.
How's everything going this morning?
Pretty good. Pretty good so far.
Yeah, you in a warm place?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you got a scraper with you?
I do, in fact.
Okay. See, why would a guy with a BBB not be totally prepared? That was, we wanted to see if we could maybe catch him there. But no, Dennis is ready to rock. All right, what are we looking at this morning? We were talking about it being cold weather scams.
Yeah, it's. We just want to warn people that at this time when we certainly are going to need our heat, that we have people who are out there who will go door to door wanting to do a furnace inspection or inspection of your heating system just to make sure that you don't have any problems when the weather gets like it is going to be coming up this evening and through what seems to be the rest of the week. And they come to the door, they knock on the door. You might think it through and say, I didn't get that done this fall. Okay, let's have you do that. But before they do it, I need to go out and get my equipment. It's going to cost you X number of dollars, $150. Can I get the payment? And I'll be right back with my equipment. So they get the money, and away they go.
Oh, out to the car to get the equipment and then drive away.
Exactly. Same thing happens with people knocking on the door. We know, as you just pointed out, we could get up to 8 inches of snow. Someone will knock on the door and say, do you have someone to take care of that snow that's coming for you? No, I don't. Well, I can do that for you. Why don't you pay me now, and as soon as we get these 8 inches of snow, I'll be back, and I'll get that all taken care of for you, get your driveway clear, get your sidewalks clear, and you'll be all set to go. Again, if you pay them up front, you may never see them again. Yeah,
and here you are thinking, wow, look at me, look how proactive I'm being. I've lined up snow removal for the next time it happens. It's one less thing for me to worry about.
Exactly, and also with businesses, it happens more generally, but they'll get those calls from people pretending to be calling from ComEd saying that your utility bill is late. Pay up and pay up now, and or we're going to, in the next hour, shut off your power. Same thing with the gas company.
Wow.
That does not happen, and it happens frequently. In fact, I talked with some business owners who are friends of mine who all had those calls. When you panic and you react without thinking it through, or calling ComEd or NICOR to make sure, if you're not certain, maybe the payment got lost in the mail or the direct debit didn't go through for whatever reason. Those things do happen. So if you aren't certain, don't pay up to anyone over the phone who asks you to go get a iTunes gift card and give me the PIN number just to expedite this payment for you. They're going to rip you off.
Isn't it amazing how these scams and the methods that they employ in these scams have been like psychologically tested? The whole "we're going to shut that power off in an hour" instantly undercuts your thought of, well, I better make some calls here and see if this is on the up and up. Well, if I do that, I'll have my power. I got to move now. And, psychologically tested to make it work on them.
It's about the urgency, and you're absolutely right. They play on your mind. The urgency of the need to get it done and get it done right now makes people stop and not stop and think.
And always remember, too, there are many, many reputable HVAC people in this town who proudly carry their name on the side of their truck, who proudly have business cards, phone numbers, brick and mortar location, and all that. They are not going to be pounding on your door offering to come on in and have a look.
That's exactly right, Riley. Exactly right. And if you get any kind of calls, like from someone saying they're from a utility company, don't get scared, just hang up. That's because it's not going to be a factual claim from your provider.
Right, and they're very good at making you think that they're the real deal. But remember those words should you get that phone call. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, there's hot weather scams, there's wet weather scams, there's cold weather scams. I'm sure that there's leaf falling scams. It doesn't matter what the season, somebody's trying to reach into your pocket.
Speaking of seasons, tax season is upon us.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
It's coming, but we're in a situation right now where we haven't had a call. I haven't seen anything come across from our providers of information or from our investigator or anything about it. But when I was preparing to call you, it came to mind that in the situation we are in right now with the government shutdown, scammers are certainly going to take advantage of that. And with people needing and wanting their refunds, with Christmas bills coming in and all, we don't know when that might happen. We don't know if it's going to happen, if refunds are going to be processed as usual. And I bet you $1 to a hole in a donut, there will be scammers calling people, telling them they need to do X, Y, or Z if you expect to get your refund.
Oh, yeah, because that's something many, many people count on getting it as rapidly as they can. And you throw the background of the government shutdown into the mix. Once again, you've given motivation to move quickly.
Exactly. And like I said, at this point, nothing has happened. But I can say it with certainty, it will happen.
Well, you've been doing this enough years. You know the vibe, so I have no reason to doubt your instincts on this at all.
We always get calls. There are always scams out there when it comes to filing your tax returns, because the scammers are looking for ways to get your money from you before you get it. So I just want to warn people that the IRS does not make phone calls to you demanding payment or promising you your refund if you do whatever it is that the scammer may request of you. I don't know exactly how they may pull off this scam, but I am certain it's going to happen. The thing that you need to know is that the IRS does not make phone calls to you threatening you with jail or deportation or whatever the case may be. Those things simply don't happen. If you have a problem with the IRS, they're going to notify you by letter. And if you don't respond to that first letter, you'll get one that's certified. But it is not going to be a phone call or an email, for that matter.
Right, and the certified letter is the key there. When you get one that says, hey, the IRS needs you to sign to make sure that you've gotten this, then chances are that's on the up and up. But as far as them ringing you up, and especially the scam that it continues to keep going, and your taxes are in arrears, where a warrant is going to be issued for your arrest, you need to call us right now and make arrangements for payment. I still get those calls.
It's amazing. We would have thought after what now is approaching a decade of these phone calls that they would have stopped. But the problem being,
they work.
It still works.
Yep.
It still works, and it's lucrative. I've seen numbers at this point that we're talking over $1 billion that have been ripped off from individuals through the IRS scam.
Wow. So for anybody who thinks, oh, who falls for that? Well, $1 billion worth of people.
Exactly.
That's amazing. All right. And speaking of falling for things, you also mentioned here in the email cyber threats for 2019.
Cyber crime is truly on the rise, has been for several years. So I was looking at what to expect for 2019, hoping for good news.
Right.
And
not getting much.
All that I read, we're looking at a bumpy road. 2019 is going to be as bad, if not worse, than 2018. And those sort of part of the problem or part of the reason is we're dealing with technologies today and artificial intelligence, which allows scammers who are much smarter than me,
me too,
to figure out how they're going to use artificial intelligence. It's being used by the good guys to protect us with thumbprints and all kinds of different ways, facial recognition, all those sorts of things. But so are the scammers. They're looking at ways to use artificial intelligence to rip you off. And for example, on social media sites, artificial intelligence will help them be able to attack databases and things of that nature, and for identity theft. Using artificial intelligence, their attacks can be done more quickly, and they can more quickly change things. So if they think they're about to be discovered, they can more quickly change things. And artificial intelligence can also make it more difficult for them to be detected and caught. So that's one of those things that we have to worry about. And some other things, what's called the Internet of Things.
Oh, the Internet of Things.
Truly, as we begin to depend on being able to contact our thermostat while we're driving down the street, or
Right.
Be able to check the grocery list from your refrigerator,
Sure.
close your garage door, all those things, because they are connected to the internet, are also vulnerable. And one of the problems that we see is that people do not change that default password. And there are ways, as I say, I don't know how they do it.
I don't know either, but they do.
They can find a route into your personal computer at home or your laptop at home through your router. And your thermostat, garage door, or whatever is attached to that router. And once they get in, they can, at that point, begin to do their damage. If they're looking for information on your credit cards, your financial information, and it's all kept on your computer, bingo, they have it. So one of the things that you must do when you are using artificial intelligence, but the Internet of Things, is to change that default password. Make it something that, as we always say, something that's long and difficult to know, but something you can remember.
Right. Something you remember, something that's long and difficult, and something that somebody else would have a heck of a hard time cracking.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then we'd like you to come up with 36 more of those for all the other sites you visit while you're at it. Okay, perfect. That's where you get one of those password vaults to maybe save yourself some of the trouble that goes along with that.
Right, we talked about that previously. They work, and because I'm in the process of deciding which one I'm using. Because I thought I should take my own advice.
It's not a bad idea. As the executive director of the BBB here, maybe you should take some of your own advice on that and save yourself some money. I got to tell you, all of the things that you have warned us about and shared with us this morning are all bits of valuable information. I hope people make the most of them. If people have questions, comments, concerns, how do they get in touch with you, Dennis?
You can give us a call at 815-963-2222.
That's right, the Rockford Regional Office of the Better Business Bureau. Dennis, as always, thanks for your time. We'll look forward to our next chat.
Thanks a lot, Riley. You have a good day.
You too.